Let's talk about the airlines. We touched on them for a little bit, but there were some pretty interesting calls today as that group comes off its best day in nearly 6 months. Now, Deutsche Bank adds a few big names to their buy list. The analyst upgrades and raises price targets for United, American, and Delta. Lee, United is the one that you like best. Is that right?
That's our biggest position. I thank my partner, Ethan Brown, who's been a big bull on it. One of the few things in life where I beat Warren Buffett. We bought it before he did. We have almost a double in it from when we bought it. The whole industry, is consolidated. Mergers by their very nature are anti-competitive. So as the industry shrunk down in terms of number of competitors, they give them better control over pricing. I think United's bought back almost 40% of the company in the last 3 years in terms of repurchase, very opportunistically. They're generating significant free cash flow, and it's trading at less than 9 times earnings. It's 8.1 times our estimate of earnings. And they're out there with a forecast, I think, in 2020 of over $12, which we think they can do. And so it's a cheap value situation. The industry's not changed dramatically, but, and traffic is very strong. The consumer spending, the economy is very strong.
What about oil prices? How they factor in that? Do you think oil prices have topped
in a strong demand
no?
economy, they're able to pass it through. They recaptured 100% of their oil cost increases. But so we like it. But again, I'm more attuned to buying weakness. When it was dislocated last week, I'd rather buy it, not when it's up 4 today. But we own it. We think it's worth somewhere close to 120. To 12, 18 months from now.
That's United?
Lee, to that point, though, you see a significant outperformance year to date on the part of United. Do you look at some of the other airlines?
Yeah, I'm in a strange situation now, to be perfectly honest with you. I got to sell things to give my investors back their money. So I'm hardly looking at anything to buy. I got 3 months left. I think there could be, I don't think so, but there's the potential of a destabilizing event in the election. As I say, 70% probable the outcome is the Democrats get the House, Republicans keep the Senate. There's a 20% chance that nothing happens, okay, meaning that the Republicans keep it, which would be a positive event for the market. And then there's a 10% chance that both houses go Democratic, and the market would have a big correction, in my opinion.
What happens if you're right that the Democrats take the House, the Republicans keep the Senate? What does the market think about that?
It'll spell gridlock to the market, and the market probably likes gridlock. Mm-hmm. I think if there's a very strong turning of blue, I think that would be very negatively taken by the market, because it would assume the executive branch of government would be the next to go. But we'll have to wait and see. I can't handicap it. I remember sitting there, I have a dollar poker game in Florida on a Tuesday night, election night, and the S&P drops 100 points because Trump won, and then the very next day it turned around. But I would say the market expects the House to go Democratic. We agree with that, 70% probable. I think that's in the market, not a problem. But if there was an untoward event of both houses going Democratic, I think that would be very negative for the market, because it would spell trouble for the executive branch.
Do you want to get back to the airline conversation, just to wrap that up?
Yeah, so I was
put a button on that, and then I know a viewer has a question for you as well, which I want to get to. It's one of the fun things we wanted to do today.
So last week I came on the show and said I was buying the airlines. I bought American and I bought Delta. American I'd sold in the mid-40s, had a huge run in. It was trading at $30. It was ridiculous. I should have bought UAL. I'd sold UAL at about $80 just because my personal experience at the airline couldn't get over it was a mistake, because I do think it is the best positioned airline. So they are, every time I fly, I've been flying a lot lately, the seats are full. And they're more full in the premium cabins than they are in the, in the economy cabins. As I walk through there, wise guy.
He's on his way to the back.
I think there's a lot of runway there. I think the fact that they were able to recoup 100% of the fuel costs, as Lee points out, that was my biggest concern. I bought them because I thought the Saudi thing was overblown. So I still think there's upside.
Do you think that's part of the problem with JetBlue is they don't have enough premium seats?
I don't even look at JetBlue, to tell you the truth. I look at just American, Delta.
It is an airline.
It is an airline. I don't.
Yeah, but they don't have
either.
They don't have the international exposure that the Deltas and everybody else has, and that's one of the areas that's been strong.
I just came back from Europe. I had a round trip in 4 days. I fly to Florida quite a bit, and I haven't seen an empty seat in any plane I've been on. And I'm in seat 8D. I pay the $50 in coach for the premium.
You're an American then?
No, I go on United. Listen, I'm a United shareholder. I go United. They never beat me up. They didn't kill my dog. I mean, everything is fine. I'm very happy.